Your vehicle may not be too small to tow a trailer. This guy's 2,100 pounds. Wow. It's got a toilet, a shower, a nice sized bed, great seating, kitchen. I mean, it's all in here, so stick with me. I'm gonna show you the details on this Tab 320. Hello everyone, I'm PJ from Princess Craft RV. Today we're going to look at the 2025 Tab 320. This trailer has been an icon in the small trailer market. You know, the small teardrop style used to be really common for those ones you crawl in, couldn't stand up in them, didn't have a bathroom, and when the Tab came along, it changed all of that. You have a wet bath in here, which is a toilet shower combination. This trailer only weighs 2,100 pounds. You can stand up in it at least, I don't know, most of you can. We'll talk about that when we get inside. Spacious bed, I am so impressed with this. If you are looking for a small trailer, take a look one more time at the 2025 Tab 320. It's got off-grid capability on top of that. All right. Let's go inside and get started. Stepping in, I know what your first question is. How tall is it? Well, I'm 5 foot tall. I do have some shoes on. It's 5'9" to the top here. Now, that's plenty for someone like me. If you're a little taller, yeah, you might have to lean over just a bit. You might want to do your cooking outside. But for everything you get in this camper, maybe tipping your head a bit isn't so bad. You're going to be seated as the ceiling goes down, so right here is really all that matters. All right, now that we've got that out of the way, I love the openness of this. It is a small camper, but it doesn't feel claustrophobic, I promise. I'm going to start right back here at the kitchen because walking in, you have the stove and the sink, separate of course. You've got this glass top, great counter space if you need that and you're not using the stove. When you lift this up, you've got two same size burners side by side. Of course, the automatic light right there. You don't have to lift that up, just flip it right back down. And the sink is on the left, single handle, very clean. It's about 6 inches deep, so it's not a real shallow one like you see in some of these campers. And one of the things that's kind of unique is that right over here in the back left corner, you will see a hatch. And that is because they have put the plugs for all those appliances or anything you'd like to add underneath. Let's take a look at that. Open up this cabinet right here, and you will see under there on the left, there is a 110 household plug, and next to that, the USB round plug, now the 12 volt round plug and the 2 USBs all together right next to it. So anything you want to plug in can come right up there through the back, across the back of the countertop, and you can use this space to the right as your counter space. Guys, it's a small trailer. Everything has to do at least 2 things. So keep your eye out for that. I'll point it out as we go. So not only is this a great storage space, but it has your electrical connections too. And down below, you've got another space in here. Now, right now we've got the shore cord in here. It is a curved front. So this is only about 1 foot deep where you've got a little more depth on the top. But still a great storage space. On the other side is the 2.3 cubic foot refrigerator. This is a 12 volt. You've got shelves on the door and of course some great shelf space on the inside. A pull-up freezer here, not huge. It does come with a little ice tray. So if you want ice, that's your opportunity. Otherwise, leave that at home and you can fit some ice cream in there. That 12 volt is very efficient. So that's one of the reasons that nuCamp really likes the 12 volt refrigerators. It cools down quick, it uses very little power, and it allows you to work 24/7 on that 12 volt. That's great. A little bit more because right underneath there, you've got another space, and that is going to be a drawer. Doesn't go all the way back, only about 12 inches back. In here you'll see this hose that goes on the outside because you do have a spray port on the outside. You'll also see the fire extinguisher that mounts to the door. And, of course, soft close. Just push in the button to lock that drawer down as you do the cabinets so they don't come open when you're traveling. It's a very efficient system. I love the light cabinetry that they have put in the 2025 model. And while we're here, let's talk about the storage on the door. Because not only do you have some open storage right at the top, but nuCamp uses this, what they call a Euro door. You've got the nice window here, and you can black it out if you want. But down below, a place for papers, slots, maybe those brochures of all the places you're going to go see. And underneath, what a lot of people use as a trash can. I'm not sure I would use it as that, but you guys are so creative. Just a nice space that flips up, and you can store things inside. Maybe all those plastic bags that you want to pull out and use on occasion when you're camping. To the right, like I said, is the fire extinguisher. And then to the right of this, at the edge of the seating, you'll see the battery disconnect. I really appreciate that that is right inside the door. When you use that, you're going to be putting your camper in storage. So all you need to do is open the door, reach in, turn it, and you're good to go. It's going to disconnect all your batteries. But you're never going to want to do that when you're using it or when you're traveling. And there is no chance, as stiff as it is to turn, that you're going to bump it and maybe turn it off without meaning to. All right, moving up right here, I want to talk about this panel. Monitor panel on the top. It does have fresh and gray. Of course, your black is going to be a cassette toilet, so you don't need a monitor for that. You've got 19 gallons of usable fresh water. Now, that's not counting your toilet water for flushing. That is just the usable fresh water. And then you've got 18-gallon gray tank. So that's pretty nice. You can see where the levels are right here and turn on the water pump if you're pulling directly out of those tanks. To the right of that is the porch light, of course, self-explanatory, right outside the door. Down below, you have recessed lighting under the sink. You can see it right underneath this cabinetry. Oh, forgot to tell you about that cabinetry. We'll go back there in a minute. And then the accent lighting right here, which is going to be underneath this panel on both sides. When you're in a camper that's small, having a light that's eye level can be uncomfortable, particularly if it's really dark outside. So that's one of the things you want to look for in a small camper, is that recess lighting. So you've got the recess lighting up here, and guys, I know it's not much, but why waste a little storage space when you can use it? So about 4 inches deep here at an angle, but you still could fit some things up here that might be really useful in the kitchen and easy to grab. All right, well, let's turn back around. And on this side, you do have the smoke alarm here, carbon monoxide and LP detector, which are in every trailer. It's going to be down underneath the dinette in your feet. So let's turn around, look at the other side of the camper, and check out this great dinette slash sleeping area. Now, moving into the dinette, one of the best things about this dinette is the lagoon table. It's so adjustable. It's a little high for me where it's set right now, but there's a lever at the bottom. I can just loosen it, set the table at the height that I want, and tighten it back up again. You've also got 2 more swivel points, so this can not only turn around at the end, or it can swivel completely out of the way. So you can set this table all kinds of ways to suit you. Many of you work on the road. That's perfect. Set it at the height and the location that makes sense for you. So let's get it out of the way here, and let me show you how this dinette works. The seating here, it's super comfortable. I have to tell you, the foam in this, it's not super soft, but it's very cushiony, so you're not going to feel like you're sitting on a rock hard seat, but it's meant to last. The back it is a ratchet system. If you take this side out, makes it a little easier, and you pull it forward to release it. Hear that? And then you lay it down all the way. That's great. You could leave one up, set one down. You know, a lot of single people maybe use this side without even moving anything else in this dinette. The entire bed turns into a 71 by 70 square. So you could sleep sideways, you could sleep long ways, but if there's one of you, maybe you just lower one side, keep this side as your bed, remove the back cushions, and keep the other side as a dinette. So versatile. Now, there's also a setting here where it can come up halfway. This is one of my favorite features because on a rainy day, you might get stuck in here for a while. That's something that I hear people kind of anxious about. But I prop my pillow up right here, kick my feet up, turn on the TV, or just relax and read a book. It is a very nice position to recline in. So, I don't know. I think it's one of the best things about this camper. Then you just pull it up, hear that catch, and you're ready to go again. So both sides laying down. Then let me show you how this dinette works to create the rest of the bed. You remove this table, simply undo the lever at the bottom, and then each side just slides out. These cushions slide over and lay down. Of course, if the table's gone, it's going to fit perfectly in there. And there is half of your dinette. And then you can lay down the other side the same way. It's simple to do, and when you're done, just set this cushion back up, slide it back. There you go. And you are back to the dinette. So, pretty simple, right? You can align this to be whatever type of sleeping works for you. You could even let both down and sleep across the back. I've certainly done that lots of times before. So this is the most versatile space it can be and so easy to use. Now that you know what a great setting this is for sleeping, let's talk about working. You have plugs right down here below my feet. Right here is going to be, of course, the 12-volt inlet with the 2 USBs and the 110 plug. Your converter is right under my feet here. That's just breakers and fuses that you might need to access if anything maybe pops or needs a little maintenance. Over here on the right is going to be the carbon monoxide and LP detector that I talked about before. So very basic under here. And this switch right here is the battery heater. This trailer comes standard with a 100 amp hour lithium battery. There is an upgrade package if you want 200 amp hours of lithium battery and a 2000 watt converter. That is called the lithium upgrade. You won't find it on most trailers that are on dealer's lot, but maybe a few. Be sure and ask about that if it's important to you. It's not something that's going to let you run forever off the grid, but it may be enough for you to work away from the campsite for a couple of days. This camper comes standard with 180 watts of solar on the roof. If you want the solar upgrade package, that comes with the Black Canyon package. So, a little confusing there, I didn't say that perfectly. The Black Canyon package, very common. You will find that on a lot of dealers' lots, and that includes an upgrade from the 180 to 190 watts. So almost 400 watts of solar. And that's going to be enough to keep those 2 batteries charged if you have that lithium upgrade package. Now those are the 2 upgrade packages that you can get. The Black Canyon package and the lithium upgrade package. A few more quick things while we're talking about that Black Canyon package. The extra things that come with it are going to be a tank heater, because if you get down to freezing weather on a regular basis, you're going to want that tank heater. You've also got underglow lights, which is very cool, right? Okay, so all that's included in that Black Canyon package. If you're not doing any extreme work off-grid, it should be enough to make this camper really versatile and still be able to operate for a period of time without being plugged in. All right. Moving on, let's talk about the storage and the extra gear you're seeing over here. Right up here, you will see the Air 8. The Air 8 is underneath the bench. By the way, no storage underneath any of these seats. It is all equipment. So the Air 8 is under there. You'll see a duct coming out down here, and that is plenty to cool down this space. Easy to use right here. No window unit ACs in this. That's great. And just above it is the Alde system. That Alde system is going to give you not only radiant heat, but it's going to give you hot water as well. It's a great, efficient system, all controlled right here. Another vent right up here for that AC. And over on the left, a microwave. So the microwave is optional. And if you don't want that microwave, you just simply get another cabinet there. So it's kind of small, but totally works. It's a small camper. You're just not going to be cooking a turkey in there, but that's okay. Now down below, you're going to have the TV. It is a 12-volt television, so all you need to do is to stop wherever you are, be able to grab a local station, or use a satellite or a cable connection. So great to have that running off the battery, right? Did you notice there's a power fan right above us? So if you get beautiful weather like we have today, you just open the windows, turn on that power fan, and you're going to create a very nice breeze in here. One light right up at the top. Easy to control, just a push button right there. And let's talk about the windows behind me. Dual pane acrylic windows, wonderful because they open fully. You don't have half of it sliding open. You get all the air coming in. And yes, they have blackout shade from the bottom and a screen from the top. This allows you to have whatever window setting you want, but sometimes I like a little privacy and a little air. So you can stop that anywhere in the middle that you would like. Half and half, awesome. And when you're done, it just unclips and goes right out of the way. These windows can be opened at any level because all you do is open it and tighten the levers on both sides at whatever level of opening suits you. One more thing I want to show you, and that is when you close the window, you want to be sure that you latch it completely if you're going to travel. So let me show you that. Get this window to drop down for me. So if you're going to travel, you want to be sure you fully engage that latch right there. If you would like for the little bit of air to come through, but to still have a window that's latched, I like to do that when I'm sleeping at night, get a little bit of airflow there, but have the window secure. There is a slot in the middle. Just don't confuse that for completely closed, because if you travel like this, it can easily get some air up under there when you're moving and break the window. All right, be sure to put that latch all the way in front and you're good to go. Let's look at the storage real quick. So right above me, you've got a small storage space right here, a little cubby, because the top piece has your Bluetooth stereo. Of course, Bluetooth, HDMI, USB, everything that you want, AM, FM radio, I mean, great sound, 2 speakers right here in the back. Got your tunes. So a little space underneath that and a little space to the left. Now, these are pretty deep. You've got about 3 or 4 inches down to the base of it here. So nothing is going to fall out. Great place to really stuff a lot of gear, maybe some clothes, whatever makes sense to you. Let's look in the back. You've got a pinch latch underneath, opening up these cabinets. I want to say again, this is a different panel than they've used in the past, and I love the light, natural look of it. It makes it feel more open in here and more natural. I love that. This is about 10 inches deep. You do have the curve on it, but nice amount of storage. Now, if you lay this space down, let's do that real quick. See if I can get that pulled up. Move that out of the way. Hear the click, it lays down. You can see back there that you've got a little more storage. It is split in half. So half the side comes up and then the other half comes up as well. That is probably 6 inches deep, so quite a deep space. And there is also space underneath this in the back. It's about, I don't know, 12 inches wide, maybe 10 inches deep. And that is underneath this. When this one is up and the one right behind me is down, I can easily access that space right there. And same from the other side. It's a great kind of a hidden storage space, but you want to use every inch when you're in this camper. So this is a great area, particularly if you leave this down as a bed while you're traveling. All right, let's look at the other side. It's just a little different. Now on the other side, you've got the same size window. Gosh, I feel like I'm outdoors almost. And up above, you've got a full shelf here. Again, it's 3 or 4 inches deep, so you can fit a lot of things in here that will not come out when you're traveling. A lot of people I've seen in the tab, they have little hanging plastic baskets here, and they use that for storage as well. What a great idea. Kind of doubles the storage if you need that. And so the only thing we haven't talked about is the bathroom, and I know lots of questions there, so let's head right on in. So the cassette toilet is a concern for a lot of people. So I'm going to show you on the outside how easy it is to dump that. I mean, if you're afraid of just getting a little too up close and personal, I'm going to show you how easy it is. Don't worry about that. I love the fact that it's right here, and right behind it, it's very unusual. You have a nice sink, and the handle for the sink is also your shower head. So it hooks right up here for showering. Most of us will use it as a handheld, but keep in mind, this trailer is only 15 foot 6 inches long, and that includes the tongue, the rack on the back, the whole 9 yards. So this is a small, easy to tow space. There are a few compromises. This fits right in here. So I think that is just a great compromise. As I said, everything has to do double duty. Makes for a great sink. You want to wash your hands, you want to shave in here. You've got a mirror right on the other side, and directly behind me, you've got a great portal window. Why a window? I don't know. It just opens up the space. Very easy to open and close it. You know, there is little buttons on here to move it open and closed, but I just grab it and turn it. That works. Just gives you a little view to the outside if you need it. Great space. You do lose about 2 inches when you step in it. So, you know, if you're a taller person, you just might want to sit down. Even to shower. Works great. Then there's plenty of room in here. All right. A lot to look at in here. I think we've covered the high points. Let's go outside and take a look out there. So in previous years, the Tab 320 had an optional boondock package. Now, that boondock package is standard on all 2025s. So that means you get this cool sturdy handle, you get the sturdy step, the off-road tires, the nice wheels, all the great things that were associated with that boondock package. Standard. All right, so let's start right here. We've got the standard 110 outlets, which are super nice to have outside. You do have a place to move that lagoon table from inside to outside. Slides right in this rail. You can tighten it down wherever you need it, swivel it around, and you've got an outside workspace. Maybe an outside prep space for the grill you're gonna hook up. I don't know, just a nice feature to be able to move that outside. Now coming around the back, you've got the grill on the back. That is standard on the boondock package, which is of course part of this trailer now, and it was originally meant as a sort of brush guard. Great feature to add here, and up here, this does have the Black Canyon package, so you'll see the dual 190 watt solar panels up there. If you look underneath, you'll be able to see that gas port right over there, which means that lagoon table can be your prep table when you're cooking. Stabilizers on both sides. And coming around this side, you'll see the vent for the Alde system, which is your heat and hot water. And inside this compartment, I love these doors. They're molded, they're solid, easy to use, and have locks on them. Magnetic catch up there. This has the Nautilus system that's going to control the water. Nautilus systems are a little scary at first, but you've got pictures up at the top. If you want to run off city water, which means just straight from the hydrant to the faucet, it tells you which way to put all these 4 colored levers. If you want to winterize, if you're dry camping, if you want to fill your tanks, it tells you the exact way to set all the levers to do exactly what you want to do. So you don't have to remember it. Just look at the pictures, make it match, and you're good to go. Underneath that, you'll have the outside spray port system that I mentioned. Remember that coiled hose that you saw inside the drawer? And it's hot and cold. That's important to note. A lot of spray ports are just cold water. So if you're rinsing off the dog, it's a little chilly outside, rinsing off your feet, or maybe you want to rinse off and kind of take a mini shower. All right here, you can warm up the water. On the left, you see the connection for your city water fill. And there is a hatch underneath. You push up from the bottom, push that hose through and connect it so you can close and latch this door. Up at the top, satellite and cable right there. To the left, you have a light, and you can either set it to come on and off with the switch, or you can set it for a motion sensor. That's super handy. Just open the door, the light comes on, and it's ready to go. Now above that, a little difficult to see from this shot, I bet we'll get a close-up, you've got the outside solar port. Why do you need another solar connection? Well, you might want to park in the shade, in which case those solar panels on top won't be helping you. If you have a suitcase style and they go up to about 400 watts, that's a lot. You just plug it in right here, set that out in the sun, and you're good to go. Over on the right, you do have a water pump switch and tank heaters over there. You've got heaters for your fresh and your gray. All right, lock that down, just swivel that handle over. Shore cord plugs in right here, very simple. Your sewer connection is just underneath here, easy to get to. Your low point drains to drain the water out of the system, right behind it. So all right here and waiting for you. Up here you have another compartment, and this is going to be that cassette toilet I told you about. Now, cassette toilets are so easy to use, very popular on smaller campers because these are meant to be parked anywhere you want to go. That's one of the great things about them. If you have a cassette toilet, you don't have to find a dump station. So lift up the lever and this slides right out. Now when you slide it out, it's gonna close at the top. You don't have any balancing, nothing to deal with here. It is all closed up. The handle extends, there's wheels on the bottom, so if you might need to take it somewhere, just walk it wherever you need to go. Now if this was in use, there would be a cap on the end of this tube here. Let me latch that back in. And you undo the cap, swivel this out. I have to tell you, they're pretty stiff when they're new. Swivel that out. You've got handles all over this thing. Take the cap off, and there is a thumb button right here. That's going to let some air in so you don't have any gurgling or splashing when you're dumping this. Ugh. So give it some air right here, turn it down. It's going to just slide right out of there, and then put this right back, put the cap on it, of course, and when you get back to your camper, it slides in and opens right up, and it's ready for use. So it's super easy to do. Yeah, if you need to clean it out, just run a hose down there, or better yet, just run a hose down the toilet part of it, fill up your tank, dump it out. It cleans so easily. Now you use the same chemicals in here as you would use in a standard black tank, so it doesn't smell. Very easy to dump it because all the solids can break down. Not going to be a problem, I promise you. So easy. You can dump it anywhere. Have you ever dumped a mop bucket in a toilet and it just flushes and it's gone? I dump my cassette toilet at home sometimes at the Walmart bathroom, sometimes at the campground, just wherever I happen to be. So easy. On the front, they've made some improvements that are also easy, so let's take a look at those. On the 2025, this diamond plate tub is larger than it's ever been before. One-piece tub, there is no option to get anything different than this. We get that question sometimes. And unlatch it right here, does have a catch. You'll notice for the first time, this front tub has a lock on it. And they're able to do that because you need access at all times to your propane tank. And we've added that access on the side. I'll show you in a minute. But huge storage space in here. That's so convenient. The lithium battery, it's underneath the seat on the inside. So there's nothing else to add here except all of the stuff that you want to take with you and need to store. One of the really nice features on this 2025. All right, right up here in front, they've added a space to put your plug in. So when your plug is not in use, you've got a handy little holder right here. Just slides right in. And standard is going to be the crank jack. Your dealer can add an electric jack if that really is important to you. It's very easy to do, not very expensive. And right over here on the end is going to be the access I mentioned earlier about getting to the propane tank. It's brilliant. Just open this up, and if you have any problems at all and need to shut down the gas, you simply can reach in there and turn it off. And this doesn't lock. So, lock all your gear in here, but you can still have access to the propane tank. Great job, nuCamp. You notice all of these still have handles on them because this is fairly lightweight, and if you're on concrete, I can move this trailer around myself. You can do it too. It makes it really easy to maneuver if you're at a campsite and just need to adjust a little bit. All right, that brings us back around to the front of this trailer. I really am so impressed with all the improvements that have been made on the 2025 nuCamp 320. They've got a great job in making it versatile, giving you more storage, upgrading a few things, and the interior is gorgeous. So, if there's something I haven't covered, please let us know. We're here to answer your questions. I'm PJ at Princess Craft RV. I've had such a great time showing you this trailer. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time.